Jed, you gotta do something about that youngin' of yours.
How'd that happen?
Fighting with a bobcat.
Get hurt?
I reckon so. It went limping off on 3 legs.
I swear I don't know what to do about that girl.
Well, the first thing to do is get her into a dress. She's getting too big to be wearing men's duds. Oh, looky here. She popped the buttons off her shirt again.
Well, Amery carries herself proud with her shoulders thrown back.
It ain't her shoulders that's popping these buttons.
Up to the cabin, Ellie.
I caught me a critter.
What's she doing now?
Climbing down off that big old hill near the slough.
Climbing, wrestling bobcats. She's a fully growed up, rounded out female woman, and she's got to start acting like one.
Some boy come courting.
They come a-courting when she was 12, and what did she do?
She whooped the tar out of him.
And that's what she still does. Only now, she's 17, and she better be married. Another year, and she'll be too old.
She'll get herself a husband.
She won't get one wrestling. Ain't no boy wants a wife that's gonna whoop him every day.
Well, now I noticed something, Granny. It used to rile the boys something awful when Ellie whooped them wrestling, but here lately, they've been standing in line to get whooped.
Howdy, Pa.
What's that?
A stranger?
Where'd you get him?
Beat him with a rock.
What for?
So he'd be easier to tote. He was going round down by the slough with another one.
Same kind.
No, the other one had a fancy city suit and a leather satchel. When I tried to beat him, he put his satchel up to his head and run. Sorry I missed him. They'd have made a nice pair.
Ellie, you can't keep them.
But I caught him. If you don't like him, I'll keep him out in the smokehouse. He won't bother you none.
Ellie, you don't keep people like they was a dog or a cat.
I had me dogs and cats. I never had me a stranger. Look at him, Granny. He's cute.
That there's no stranger. That's the fella from the Petroleum Company was round here last week.
What's a petroleum?
Don't know. He just asked could he do some wildcatting down by the slough. I says, help yourself. We're glad to get rid of the critters.
What'd he say?
He just kind of laughed. But the laugh's on him. There ain't no wildcats in that slough.
Heck no, it's too full of oil.
Well, he come back about an hour later talking all crazy.
Like what?
He asked me for I forget what he called it, but he said that it was a box on the wall that you can talk into and they can hear ya in Oklahoma.
Poor fella must have been out of his head.
And then he asked me for the nearest airfield, and when I said I couldn't recollect no field setting up in the air, he said the craziest thing.
What?
Said he was gonna fly to Tulsa. Now you know man ain't got wings. It's a right bad thing to do, Ellie, being one of God's critters that ain't right in the head to start with.
What happened? Where am I?
This here's a Clampett place.
I'm right sorry, stranger. I wouldn't have beamed if I knowed you was crazy.
Get away from me. I've never seen a guy who can pitch a rock like that. What is he, the Mountain Mickey Mantle?
See? Touched.
I ain't a guy, but I think you just the same.
That's a girl? That's a girl!
Turner! Turner! Ah, there you are. I take it you're the owner? I'm John Brewster, Chief Counsel for Midland Oil.
You don't look like a chief. Where's your feathers?
My name's Clampett. My daughter Ellie Mae, and Granny Moses.
Granny Moses? You're not the Granny Moses of Pants Primitives, are you?
Well, I've whitewashed ours a time or two.
Mr. Clampett, my company's prepared to make you a very generous offer for the land.
Sell our home?
You can keep the home, if that's what this is. We just want the swamp. We'll raise so many derricks down there.
Mr. Brewster, I gotta be honest with you. You can raise turnips down there.
He's right. That ground looks black and rich, but it's so greasy you can just squeeze the oil out of it.
I noticed.
Don't you understand, Mr. Clampett? You're a very rich man.
How big a rock they'll beat him with.
No bigger than a pawpaw.
Son, if money was skunk oil, a hound couldn't smell me.
Mr. Clampett, my company changed all that. Why, just sign this contract and you'll be rich, beyond your wildest dreams.
Don't sign nothing, Jed. My old uncle, Hubert Quagmire, one time he signed a paper, next thing he knowed, he was running up a hill in Cuba behind that fella with a mustache yelling George!
What's that?
Oh, that's just cousin Jethro and Pearl in their truck. These headed right for us. Grab something, hold on.
Jethro, you just stop putting that truck at my cabin and slow down!
I'm trying to go to sleep.
Ah! I can't look! Did they hit us?
No, but you should have seen that chicken house sailing across the yard. It was like a falling star dribbling chicken mash.
Jethro, you just pick up that chicken house and put it back where it belongs.
But Granny, maybe the chickens will like each other's side. Chickens like a change now and then too.
You sure that was the fitting thing to do?
I assure you, Mr. Clampett, you'll never regret it. Why, if I put your mark on this piece of paper, you'll be a millionaire.
Congratulations, Mr. Clampett.
Come along, Turner. I want to go back to that swamp and squish my feet in that beautiful slime again.
Goodbye.
Jed, I saw that dude at Up City feller toting his satchel, coming over here so naturally. I came a-running. Never trust a feller totes a satchel. They'll stick you every time.
Hello, Pearl. That was Mr. Brewster, Chief Counsel for Midland Oil.
Counsel? That's a fancy name for lawyer. Them's the worst kind. They go to school and learn how to sing you. Granny said he wants to buy the old swamp. You didn't sign nothing, did you?
Well, I guess I did.
What are they gonna pay you?
Now, Pearl, that old swamp ain't no good for...
Jed Clampett, you got slickered and you're ashamed to admit it.
I told him, don't sign no papers. My cousin, Ferdinand Sloot, lived over to the Tennessee Valley. One time he signed a paper, next thing he knowed, his house was covered by the biggest lake you ever did see. No paper signing is burning your bridges afore they's hatched.
How much, Jed?
Well, they said, depending on how much oil they could pump out, it run somewhere between 25 and 100.
25 and 100?
Now, I know it don't sound like much, but Mr. Brewster said he was going to pay me in some new kind of dollar.
Oh, Jed, there ain't no new kind of dollars.
Well, it's new to me. I heard of gold dollars, paper dollars, and silver dollars. But this new kind, what do you call them? $1 million.
$1 million? Jethro!
You can see for yourself. It's right here on the paper.
Saints alive! You're a millionaire!
Pearl!
Ma!
She fainted.
Well, I guess she's still flusticated because it hit the chicken coop.
Here's the smelling salts.
Did we hit the chicken coop?
Yep, but nothing broke but a couple of eggs. Nothing for you to go fainting about.
No, I never fainted when you hit the chicken coop before. No, I fainted because your Uncle Jed's a millionaire.
There she goes again.
Gee, if it's that bad, I sure am sorry for you, Uncle Jeff.
Thank you, Jethro. Is it that bad, Pearl?
Is what that bad?
Being a millionaire.
Them's are smelling, not drinking.
Jed, it means you're rich.
Me?
The richest man in these hills. Maybe in the whole state. You can have anything you want, do anything you want, live any place you want.
That's what Mr. Brewster said. Pearl, you think I ought to move?
Jed, how can you even ask? Look around you. You're 8 miles from the nearest neighbor. You're overrun with skunks, possums, coons, and bobcats. You've got kerosene lamps for light, a wood stove to cook on winter and summer. You wash with homemade lye soap, and your bathroom's 50 feet from the house. And you ask, should you move?
Yeah, you're right. A man be a dang fool to leave all this.
There's a stranger out by the pig pen. I'm gonna get him.
You can't have him, Jethro. He's mine. Don't you! Jethro, put that rock down! Darn, what are them foreigners gonna think of our manners? Jethro, you give him back. He's mine.
He ain't neither.
Is too.
Ain't.
Is.
Ain't.
You wanna wrestle?
Darn tootin'.
Hey, break it up before I whoop you both.
I could have whooped you.
Couldn't?
Ellie, man, you've been getting too big to be wrestling with boys. You gotta start fixing yourself up nice and wearing dresses.
But Pa, folks would call me a sissy.
It ain't sissy for girls to act like girls. Though I see it, every man wants a son, and you was my only youngin', so sort of turned you into a boy. And by the time your granny came around to help out, you was already too wild to tame. But ain't fit. Nature made you a girl, and here she's been getting more and more positive about it. You're right pretty, Ellie.
Ah, Pa.
You're a living picture of your mom.
Turner! Turner! Are you in here again? Turner, what happened?
You can't have him. He's mine. I caught him fair and square.
He's out again. Do something. Help him.
Can't do nothing. Pearl drank up all the smelling salts.
That girl hit me again?
No, this one got you this time.
They should have girl power from girls up in these hills.
Jethro, you should not have done that, Jethro. You gotta start minding your manners, too.
Does that mean I gotta start fixing myself up and wearing dresses like Ellie Mae?
Oh, Jethro. Jed, you won't never polish up Ellie Mae unless you move her someplace where they know how to girlify a tomboy like her. You're a city feller. Don't you think you should move?
Well, he could certainly afford a little luxury now. Why, you can move from this pig pen into a palace.
Pig pen's out back. You can tell this is a house because it's got the curtains.
And you know where I would move if I was you?
Where?
California.
Horse feathers. If the good Lord had wanted me in California, he'd have put me in California.
Maybe he's just getting around to it. Book says it works in mysterious ways.
Well, if he moves me, I'll go. But you and Pearl ain't budging me.
And I know just the place in California. Beverly Hills.
What they got in Beverly Hills they ain't got right here.
Millionaires. It's full of millionaires.
Folks like me?
Well, millionaires.
And movie stars.
And what?
Movie stars. Remember when they used to have the show over near Kitty Falls? And we'd see Mary Pickford in all of her curls. Why, I bet she still lives there. She might even come and visit with you.
I can visit with Winona Clapsaddle. She lives right over the creek, and she's got curls as good as anybody.
You'd sure like it there, Granny. It don't get cold there.
What don't get cold there?
Nothing. They don't have snow and ice.
Well, if they's all so rich, why don't they tote some in?
They don't want it. That's why you'd be good for Granny. Remember how last winter when she slipped on the ice and broke her hip?
I was limping for 2 days.
You'd sure like it, Granny. And Ellie Mae could get a fine education. Grow up more ladylike.
Would I go to school and wear fancy dresses like city girls? And put powder on my face? Get my hair done at one of them beauty parlors?
Well, why sure you will.
Then I ain't going.
Well, Granny, you was saying yourself.
Might could be.
And Jethro could drive you out in my truck.
Oh, he couldn't let you do that.
Jed, we're kid folks. What's mine is yours, and what's yours?
But it ain't right for Jethro to be missing school.
Oh, that's all right, Uncle Jed. They ain't that strict in the 6th grade.
The 6th grade? That heavyweight in the 6th grade?
Yep, I go to Oxford.
Oxford?
Yeah, that big yellow bus comes out every morning, totes me over to Mulehole Creek.
Oh.
Jed, you've always been so good to us. It'd be right mean if I didn't loan you Jethro in the truck. Maybe I could come out to Beverly Hills later and visit a spell? And ride back with Jethro after my visit. Haven't told you about the oranges there.
I reckon it's a good notion to move for Ellie Mae's sake. But is Beverly Hills the only place? Where do you live, Mr. Brewster?
Tulsa.
Why don't we move out there? That way we know some neighbors.
No, you'd hate Tulsa. It's a hotbed for tomboys. Beverly Hills is the place for you.
Your word's good enough for me. Ellie Mae, you go pack your duds. I figure if we're gonna move, a quick change is the easiest.
Yes, Pa.
Then it's settled. We're moving to Beverly Hills.
Reckon so.
And you'll take Jethro?
Sure we will, Pearl. Don't you want us to?
Sure I do. I'm just worried about them city girls. Jethro's such a good-looking boy. So much charm and sex appeal. Boys take after their moms, don't you think?
Well, my wife and I have all girls.
Oh. Jethro, start putting things in the truck.
Where are we going to find a cabin in Beverly Hills?
Well, I talked to my good friend, Milburn Drysdale. I'm sure he'd take care of you if you put your account in the bank.
All right, as long as I'm at it, I'll put my money there too.
Oh, fine. I'll call him. Come along, Turner.
Thank you kindly. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm all packed, Pa.
Take Granny's rocker, Jethro. And if you ever need your mother, I'm always ready to come.
Thank you, Mom.
Goodbye, Ellie Mae. And if you ever need help fixing your clothes or anything, don't hesitate to call, and I'll come a-running.
Goodbye, Cousin Pearl.
Goodbye, Ted. I'd drop everything for you.
Thank
and
you, Pearl. Come on, Granny.
Don't go straining yourself in your new house, Granny. You need me. I'll come help with the settling down.
Pearl, I lived here a spell of years. Maybe after we go, you can move the pigs in here. This place does have the curtains.